Hello everyone, this is Waywolf here, so welcome to my tier list for The Last of Us characters 1 and 2. Since the second game caused such controversy, I really wanted to create this. And in my review, I gave the game a 6 out of 10, and looking back at it, I think I should give it a 5, but it's what's done is done. So let's get into this. And keep in mind, if this was just based on The Last of Us 1, the list would be very different. Because I think the second one kind of ruined a lot of the characters I loved from the first game. Alright, so let's get into this. So first, we're going to go with the baby. I would say I'd put him in D, no C, just because he's cute. But yeah, Jesse, Jesse's baby, and we don't get a lot of time with him. But he's cute for what he is, and he's not a bad character. We just don't spend a lot of time with him, so that's why he's going in the C category. All right, so and then let's go to, let's see. All right, let's go to Tommy. Okay, I love Tommy in the first game, but in this game, he was complete opposite, especially towards the end. And I have to put him in D category because I did not like him towards the end of the game. So he just completely changed from what he was saying from the first part of the game till the end of near the end of the game. So he just contradicts himself. So it was very confusing character development for him. So I put him in the D category, especially what he did by ruining Ellie's life in their way. So that's why I have to put him in the D character. Let's see. Ah, Jesse. I actually like Jesse. He's one of the very few characters in The Last of Us 2 that I actually liked. He doesn't. The only problem is he doesn't get enough screen time. But I do like him. He's one of the better characters in the second game, so he has to go into B. All right. And then we go to Mel. Okay. I had a lot of trouble with Mel. Mostly because the fact that she's halfway through her pregnancy, she voluntarily goes into a combat-ready zone while she's pregnant. She's halfway through her pregnancy. I mean, and there was plenty of other people that could have gotten her place that were more conditioned to do so. So I gotta say, no, what the fuck is wrong with you? I mean, seriously, I hated this character just for that reason alone. And that's plenty of reason enough, just for that. So yeah, I totally despise this character. Oh, and then Jerry. So this is Abby's father, who was just an NPC in the first game. We had knew nothing about, and they gave him kind of a backstory in the second game, but it just wasn't enough. It just felt cheap, felt rushed. I have to give him a D. All right, so Henry, I enjoyed Henry. He was from the first game, and I really enjoyed his character arc and story arc, especially with his little brother Sam. So he has to go into, I would say, A category for him. Him and his little brother, Sam right here. They both go into A categories. I really like them as characters, and they got enough screen time, just enough screen time to really care about them. So I would give him an A category. Jordan, I hardly remember him at all. The only thing I remember about him is he was the one holding down Joel while he was being restrained to get golf clubbed from Abby. So I would have to give him a D. I don't really remember much about him other than that. He was just not memorable at all, so just a D. Okay, now let's go to Seth. Okay, Seth is the homophobic prick that made that comment towards Ellie and Dina's relationship. So you go into the what the fuck is wrong with you category. Tess. I actually really love Tess. I wish she was actually there the entire game. She's one of my favorite characters from the first game, so I have to give her an S category. I really loved her character. Okay, so we go to Sarah. Sarah was definitely a memorable character for the right reasons, especially to get the emotional scene from Joel. But we don't, like I said, we don't spend enough time with her. We only spend enough time at the very beginning of the game, so it's hard to connect with such a short screen time. But we do in a little bit, mostly because of Joel and his emotional connection to his daughter. So I would give her a C. All right. So what's next? Ooh, Riley. Riley is in the Last of Us One's DLC Left Behind, and I really loved her character, especially her relationship with Ellie. It was just magical. It was the story was told well. You really love them being together. So I have to give Riley an S. No question there. All right, let's go to Owen. Okay, Owen. There's a lot of problems wrong with this character. Um, Basically, having a relationship with Abby while having cheating basically with Abby, while he's already in a relationship. The uncomfortable sex scene that was just thrown in there for no apparent reason. He has to go into what the fuck is wrong with you category. Honestly, I mean, I just did not get that character much. Um, his only saving grace is he's good looking. That's that's all I can say. Other than that, yeah, what the fuck is wrong with you? All right, so now we get to Isaac. Isaac is basically Abby's boss, or in charge of the little Washington Liberation Front. But we hardly see him. I think he's on. I think we only have like two scenes. He's in the entire game, if I remember correctly. So we don't get any screen time with him really. So just D, totally forgettable. All right. Oh, Bill. Bill is from the first Last of Us game, and he was great. He had some good humor. Was serious, but not too serious. And I have to give him an A. I really liked his character. He's definitely memorable. Okay, David, another character from the first game. He was a psychopath, and he ate humans. So you gotta put on what the fuck is wrong with you category. But he was a great villain. I think he was a great villain, but also at the same time, he was just a psychopath. So I'm putting in the what the fuck is wrong with you category. All right, so let's go to Marlene. Now she's from the first game as well, and she's the leader of the Fireflies. I did like her character, and she did seem sincere. So part of me wants to put her a little higher than usual, but since we don't get a whole lot of screen time with her, it has to be the C. She's not a bad character, but she's not a great character either. So let's go with C. All right, so then we get Nora, one of Abby's friends, which I don't really remember much about her, and that's for that reason alone. You go into the D category. If you don't really remember them, if they don't leave a memory imprint on you that much, then it's just to me it's just a bad character flaw. All right, so Yara. So Yara is basically Lev's sister, um, and Abby's. This is Abby's friend, and she's all right. Nothing too great, but nothing too good either. So just I put in her C category. I think she dies. To me, she dies a little too soon. Don't get enough screen time with her in that regard. All right, we go to Tommy's wife Maria. I actually liked Maria. I liked her attitude when she found out that Ellie and Dina were going to be leaving town for revenge, and the way she handled it. So that's one of the reasons why main reasons I liked her was that reason alone, and from the first Last of Us. So she goes into the B. All right, so Lev, I actually like Lev. This is for people who doesn't know, this is a transgender character who identifies as a boy. I really liked his character. Um, I have to give him a B. I just like this character. So like I said, not great, but not too bad either. So I have to give him a B. All right, so Dina, another character from Last of Us 2 that I actually liked. However, if I had to choose between Dina and Riley for a relationship, it would be Riley. Dina is okay. Is an okay character, just nothing too great. So she would probably go into the B category. She's one of the very few Last of Us 2 characters that I really liked. All right, so and then we go into Manny. Manny, man, let's put this bluntly, he's just a prick. He's the one who spat on Joel, so that alone for me goes in what the fuck is wrong with you category. Just for that fact alone. Okay, now we get to our big three. Now, keep in mind, this would be different if this was just The Last of Us 1. But in The Last of Us 2, they changed the characters' um, personality a little bit and what they would do, how they would handle things. It just felt wrong compared to the first one. So let's start with Ellie. Ellie, I loved her in the first one, especially with her connections to Joel. But in this one, she became a revenge-hungry psychopath. She was killing dogs. She was killing pregnant women. She was killing everything, anything that got in her way. Doesn't matter if they were even connected to Jolie's death. She would just kill them anyway. So I mean, and I don't know. She's completely different from the character in the first one. She doesn't. She's barely funny at all. The only time she's really funny, um, or a smartass, like I loved about her in the first one, is the flashback scenes with Joel. We get a little bit with that with Dina, but not much. So that's like totally gone. She just basically becomes a revenge psychopath, and I have to put her in what the fuck is wrong with you category. And this is basically on the second game. Like I said, if this was the first game, she would easily be put in the ass category. But since the second game ruined her character so much, it has to go to the what the fuck is wrong with you category. Joel Joel didn't get much screen time in the second one due to his very untimely and very bad death scene. Just the way they handled it, it was just very bad. And especially how smart he was, intelligent in the first game was, and how he handled things. They completely removed that from this game. So to me, he in this second game, he gets a C. He would normally go in the S category, um, but he just seems like he lost a lot of his intelligence from the first game, or since he got was having an easy life so long, maybe he got wasn't as careful as he should have been. But I mean, that just has to go to the C category because I love Joel and Ellie from the first game, but that connection is mostly lost here, except for the flashbacks, or in the very beginning of the game as well. And then we get to the most controversial character in the entire game, Abby. Oh, I can go on and on about Abby. Um, just I did not like this character at all. They try to manipulate you to liking this character. Didn't work for me, and didn't work for a lot of people either. A lot of people despise this character. Now she's fun to play as, or in a gameplay sense, she's very fun to play as. But from a story perspective, I just absolutely despise her. Especially how the game is trying to make you feel sympathy for her, and to get her on her side and make her the protagonist and Elliot the antagonist. I'm sorry, it just did not work. It was just bad storytelling, bad writing. There was too many plot holes. Yeah, she goes into what she has to go into. I debating between D or what the F is wrong with you. Um, you know what? I put her in what the fuck's wrong with you because she didn't feel and they didn't show in the game that she had showed any sympathy for Joel's death. Not none at all. No contradicting herself. No thinking about should I have done that. Nothing. And I just find that amazing. Usually people would normally have some kind of crisis going in their head, but in this game they didn't. She didn't display any emotion towards that at all. None. The only time I found she was really upset was her friends were killed. That was it. But no connection to Joel whatsoever. None. Not how she handled it, how she tortured him. Nothing. So I have to put her in what the fuck is wrong with you category just for that reason alone. All right, so that is my tier list for the last characters 1 and 2. So yeah, the game overall, the second game was disappointing. I kind of wish they never made it, honestly. But it's out, and if they came with a third one, I have no interest in playing it. But otherwise, that is my tier list for the Last of Us series. So anyway, this is Waywolf signing off. Stay safe out there and take care.